Hello everyone, hope you're well. So just a quick thank you for excuse me, all of your comments not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Excuse me, I haven't spoken to anyone for a little while, so my throat's a bit croaky. Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciated all your lovely comments, and it was just really nice to, be on the other side of the camera. So thank you to everyone. And yeah, so I thought I'd come on and do a little bit of something else today. And a while ago, I think it was last year, but I can't remember when last year, but possibly summer. But anyway, I did these really pretty. Let me just grab something to show you. Oh, hurt my foot then. See if I can find one for you. Will be in here, I believe. So something like that. It wasn't that particular piece, it was a different one, but let's see if I can find it. I might not be able to, I might not have it in here, but oh yes I do. Okay, there it is. So I did these last year and I can't remember exactly when, but basically it's wet strength tissue paper and then collaged, painted with these sorts of paints, these what are they called? I always forget, emulsion water-based paints for your walls, and you get these little tester pots and they're all different colours, but the ones that I've chosen are all sort of very pale. So so the background is paint on watercolour, on wet strength tissue paper, and then I've added collage. So that's just one. I'll see if there's another one on the other side. It's different. Might be one, might not. As you can see, I love doing my collages. No, I don't think there is one on this side. Oh yes, there is. There is, I think. So this was another one, and you can just see the green paint behind, and then I've added collage around it and stitched as well. So that's what I'm going to do today, because I've used all of them up and I really enjoyed working with them, adding them to my journals and what have you. So I'm going to make some more. These will obviously be the same but different. So what I'll do is I'll just make a start on using some of these. Now, handily they have these pads that the paint will come through, and so you don't really need a brush as such. I hope I'm on the right side here. I don't know if I am. I didn't want to make it that wet, so I'm going to pull it right out, because yeah, I didn't want that much coming out, to be honest. Even though the paper is wet strength, I still don't want it quite. I'm just going to grab a brush just to brush some of it off, or to the sides, to the edges, and it will dry a lot quicker that way as well. So I'm just gonna, so I don't need to cover the whole thing, as in, there could be spaces that are not fully covered. Okay, so I'll do a different colour for the other side and try not to be so vigorous. Okay, so, oh, let me just tell you what that was. So this one was Botanical Something. Yeah, it's Botanical Something, so let's just call it Botanics. This one is Warm Winter. So, yes, as I was saying, we've gone over the green, but I don't mind that either, to be honest. I quite like mixing them through. Right, because I put a lot of paint down on the green. I don't want to put that much down here. So wet strength tissue paper is really good if you can get your hands on it. It's a really good thing to have because, you know, you can, as I say, you can paint and what have you on them. So that, I'm going to put that one to dry. Yeah, so what's this one? That one's I've used. This is Dash of Nutmeg. I should really go and get some more because, you know, it would be nice to have different colours, but I did really enjoy these colours last time, so I'm not, you know, too bothered about using them again because you don't see much of it. It's just a background, and you can do what you want with it, you know. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You could do other things. You could draw over the top once they're dry, or sketch. I'm not sure about how a pen would work. Maybe I'm going to do 2 of these. Actually, I could just go straight across, there's no point. I'm going to try and do a little bit like that rather than try to make it too perfect. So hopefully you can see that. So it's just covering it but not, you know, smooth all over. And then we've got Organic Cloth. This is one of my favourites, and as you can see it's very similar but it's not the same. And this one is beautiful. I love this colour, absolutely love it. You know, you could, I guess you could mix them. I've mixed them in the past. Sorry, I think I was out of frame there. I have mixed them in the past as well, but with them being pastel colours, you're not really going to see much of a change. But you can get really bright colours with these. They're only tester pots. They cost about £1.50, £2, and you know, you can really mess about with them. They're water-based paints, so obviously you know, be aware of that. There we go, and another one. I feel like I want more on there, but I can always go over it with some. Okay, right, so I'll put that on the window ledge. Let's see now. What do we have left? Oh, Mulberry Mist. Oh, this is lovely. Beautiful colour. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. That's brighter than the others. So pretty. You could go right to the edge if you wanted to. I'm going to do a nice big long one here because I can store the paper away if I don't use it all today, but I'm going to do a long one today. I mean, I've cut these papers up, so I might as well. And anyway, I hope you're doing all right. I have my sister's dog Missy again today, which is lovely. She's good company. We'll go for a walk later, have a little wander, and Bobby is a very friendly cat, and he will try and approach Missy, but Missy's very suspicious of cats. She doesn't trust them. She has two cats living in her house, and she stalks them, and she doesn't like being around them either. She doesn't trust them. She pulls all sorts of scaredy faces. What I'm going to do is, I've got lots of papers here. I'll just, oops, sorry. Think what I'll do is I'll cut this rather and work on them individually, rather than, they're not quite dry but almost, and if I, you know, by the time I've cut them they'll be dry, I think. Let me just see if I can rip. I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Okay, sorry. Oh, I didn't realise. Okay. But that's good, because that's what we want. We want, you know, a bit of raggedy going on. And we're trying to do them, I don't like them too wide. You can use them in all sorts of ways. You could use them in your, well, I use them in my journals, as you saw. I think I might do this one this way, if it will. And as I said, I don't mind them being a little bit raggedy. Okay, so I've got, out of that piece of paper, I've got 4, and a little bit to use, you know, in some collage. So I'm going to do collage now. I don't think I want to use this. I'm going to use my glue board. My trusty glue board, that's not it. Where is it? Okay, well, this is my current glue board. I have a few. Okay, so anyone who's new, rather than using book pages as a lot of junk journalers do, I use Amazon packaging, and it lasts me a long time. You know, the glue dries almost, like, because it's porous, the glue dries very quickly, so you use over and over and over and over again until you don't want to use it anymore. So that's what I do. That's pretty. I'll rip this. So I've already found a piece that I'd like to use, maybe that piece. I don't want straight edges. I'm not going to put, I think I'm going to rip it again, you know. I think I like doing lots of different pieces on there, rather than, you know, I like to mix everything up. I don't want large pieces, I think, is what I'm saying. I don't mind larger pieces as background pages, but yeah, like that. Okay, it will come together, I promise. Not that. So I'm just using what I've got on my table at the moment. I've been using these papers for green and pink go nicely together. That's a bit too straight and perfect for my liking, but let's put it on here. So I'm just mixing and matching. This little piece. I'm going to take that white edge off. So I could put that down here. There. Yeah. Really, I love doing collage. I know a lot of us do. It's sort of one of the favourites of junk journaling, and brings a lot of pleasure to us, I think. That's not going to rip very well. Okay. Oh, what about that now? I don't want the blue. I've got a lot of this paper. This is origami paper. So yeah, I mean, I'm not thinking too. I don't need to think too hard about things. I just need to put them down. Already that's looking pretty. Got this little bit, but I don't want too much green. Look for something else. Got that. That would be nice there. Neutral papers are always good. Obviously you can use them in anything, but you know, they're always good to use in these sorts of things. This is sort of a vellum-y type paper. I think it's freezer paper or something similar to that. I like that. I really like that little red line. I don't know if you can see that, but I want it to stand out, so I'm going to, I think, let me see. Going to put that there. Yes, doing, you know, the show and tell the other day was a bit nerve-wracking, but I really enjoyed it as well. I enjoyed it, you know, surprisingly. I enjoyed being in front of the camera for a change, because it gave me a chance to connect, I suppose, in a way. Judging by, you know, the response from people, I think that seemed to be the case, that people enjoyed that. I'll do dark? No, I think I'll do light. I think people enjoyed putting a face to the name. I think sometimes that's important. Now, I don't need to cover up all of the tissue paper. I don't want that quite like that, so I'll take that little bit off. Let's see what else we've got. That's the pink that I took off. Got some brown. No, it's too dark. Oops. So this is just a pile of papers. I can grab something else, so I'm going to use some of this blue. I don't mind using the you know, with the writing on. I think that's quite nice to have that. Oops. There we go. And, you know, they don't have to be straight and perfect either. Oh, that's nice. And it's up to you how much of you know, how many layers you put on. You could put more tissue papers. That's nice. Quite like that, but I don't want it to cover that up too much. There. Not sure. I want to put something here. As I said, I can get more pages out like that. That's nice. This is handmade paper I made quite a long time ago. Just wondering where to put it. There. Oh, I think there. Yeah. It's just trying to balance, but also not thinking too much about, oh no, I put the glue on the wrong side, but it doesn't matter because it's paler on the other side. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to put that there. So I'll put the glue on here for this because of it being tissue paper. And then you can see through it, and you don't have to really, you know, your tissue paper can be standing up if you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be completely glued down. Now the other thing I can do is add some fabric, and I may well do that at the end before I saw through, because I don't want to go overboard with this. I want to keep them relatively simple but effective also. I feel that there's already a lot on there, even though it might not seem that way to you, because looking for something very specific. What about that? That's pretty. What about there? Or there? There? Yeah, I think there, or even there. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. I'll take a bit off that so it's not so straight. There we go. Let me think now. Now we could maybe put this here. As I said, I don't want to completely cover up the pink, so I'm being very conscious of not doing that. That's lovely. Yeah, that's going on. Yep. Good. Okay, so it's not finished. There's still more that I can be doing. I would like to use some paper that is like this. Let me just put a little bit of this on. Maybe not that. Ooh. Some writing. Oh yeah, I think that's going to go somewhere. I think it needs to be at the side. And maybe, yeah, I don't think there. I think it looks okay up here between the two colours. Yep, that's going on. So this is stamped paper, so I'm using stamps. Oh yeah, I like that. That's great. Good. Right, so I'm going to leave that one to dry and do another one. Right, let me think. Oh, now we've got that. That would go beautifully with this. Oh, look. You know, I want to show these things out. I don't want all that though on there. So these are just little swatches. Again, this is something else you could do, and you could do it quickly while you're, you know, doing these little paint things as well. They take no time to dry and look really effective on these things. Love it. Or you could paint direct. No, you couldn't. Well, you could if you didn't put this on the bottom, unless it was acrylic. You could do it with acrylic, but not with that. I might leave that one off for now. So far so good. Look how the colours almost match. That's really interesting. I might put that opposite there because of that. But what I also love the fact that I can slow stitch on these. Oh, now I have here some washi tape that didn't glue down very well. Now I'm going to put this down with glue. Missy, no, she's barking at the postman. I'm going to put that there because I've already put the glue on. So, okay, good. Right, now do I want a bit of this? It all seems to be the greens. Missy, yeah, well, my dog sadly passed away, or our dog, early this year, and he was very old. He was 17 and very loved little three-legged dog called Ralph. He lost his leg when a runaway horse trampled him. It's very sad, but he managed really well, recovered really well. He was a very tenacious boy. He's a terrier. He was a border Lakeland, which is a northern bred dog that they use for, you know, hunting and what have you. Hunting rabbits, things like that. I mean, obviously I didn't do that. It's warm, very warm. If I open the window though, it's going to be put this down. Actually, I'm not going to put it there, I'm going to put it there. And I'll put, oh, look at this. I've been writing on that, or scribbling. I'm going to put that there. I think I've been scribbling on it to see if my pen worked. But, I mean, I will cover some of it up. It won't all be scruffy like that, but I quite like it. It's interesting. Let me just see. I've got some brown paper. I think I'll put that there. I'm going to put it that way around. Yeah, it's very warm. Whew. But like I said, if I open the window, I'll concentrate on this one for now. I was talking about Ralph. As I say, we had him for 17 years. He was adored by everyone. And we were heartbroken that he passed away. But it was his time, you know. He did live a good life, a good long life, despite his disability. I don't know, why did I mention Ralph? Ralph didn't like a postman. I don't know if that was what I was getting at. He used to bark at them, and a lot of dogs do, don't they? Just wondering what this might work here. Yes, because I like the writing. Good. As I said, you could put you know, love that. I was going to say you could put stamp on these with stamps. I might do that anyway. So right, let's see then. Like that with there, so I'm going to put that there. Very simple, but you know, very effective. What about that? Just want to take off this white. So I've been planting seeds. I planted a few seeds, more seeds yesterday. Calendula. Well, actually, I have calendula plants outside, and they are self-seeding. But I also, you know, took the time to make sure that there was some of my own plants that can be what about that there? I wanted it that way though, so maybe not. Okay. Oh, I like that. Quite like it that way. I might use this in a couple of places actually. I want something more neutral though now. Let's do something more neutral. Could do with maybe making these pieces a little bit bigger. I'm sort of really, you know, creating quite small pieces. Don't have to be this small. Put that there. Just sort of block it in there. Good. Right. What else? I want some of this, but I want longer pieces. I think it looked better over here. There. Yep. Oops. So as you can see, the glue board works really well. So I do recommend it, and I recommend it every now and again to people. Try not to bang on about it, but I do think it's effective. Could be lots of reasons. Put that on. I want to use up some of this and cover some of that. Okay, right, I think I want something just to break up here. Not sure about that. As I said, I can rip up other things. I'm just, you know, I can look for other things. I've got far too many. Ooh, oh, ooh, that is perfect. I feel that it should be there though. No, I'm going to put it there. It's almost made for it. It's like the same colours. Good, 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 good. Still missing something here, but I think I'm just going to let that dry a little bit. No, I'm going to put something there. It doesn't feel right. Would something like this work? I'm just wondering. There. And I do believe it does. I hope you have some sunshine where you guys are, wherever you are. It's just so nice. Spring is on the way. I think that's much better balanced. So I'm going to put that with them. So that's only, is that only 3 done? No, it must be, yeah, it is only 3. Wow, okay. All right, I do need to do a couple more. I'm just going to scrunch this up and see what we get. Okay, I thought maybe the paint might, oh it has, but it's not done it enough. It's come off a little bit, but it's not done it enough. Anyway, I like it like that, so I'm going to put this on. Shall I put it there? Yes, I shall. Lovely. This, yes. Don't want to rip that much off. Just going to try and rip off. Okay, it's not ripping well because it's ripping in the wrong direction for the paper itself, so that's a problem. I'm going to put that down here. Good. Look at that. 2 really nice colours together. You know, similar colours. I mean, that lot gluing down. I mean, this is much more neutral, but I think it works quite well. I'll put that there. Okay, I like that. We put that there. Like that. Okay. Put that there. Yeah, these bits are a bit small really. It's driving me mad putting all these on, but having said that, it's quite effective. That's effective. Yep, that's going there, so I'll just pop some glue on there. Okay, right, so we've got, now I'm not liking that a little bit there, so I'm going to take it off. That's better. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to put that there. I'm not sure about it, but I'm going to do it anyway, because, you know, we'll be here all day otherwise. Okay. I do want something in the middle though, for a change. I think I might put that down. Oh no, I think I prefer it there actually. Or there. Let's do it. There. Good. Okay, well I'm going to call that done. So what I want to do is, I'll put the lid on. I want to add a little bit of fabric. Just something to make it stand out. Nope. Let me just see what I've got here. Oh, now this goes with anything. So I'm going to cut this and use it in two places. I don't need a lot of, oh no, it won't cut, it's linen. Like a won't rip rather. So let's see, there, or I quite like it in the middle, but I like to scrunch it up as well, so I might, but I think that's not long enough. Well, that's nice. I like that. I might add them to there and stitch them on. I'll just give it a little bit of, a bit of glue on, and then I'll stitch them on, I think. And put that there, and then this here, there. Love this bit of there. Yep, oh, that's going on there, so I'll stitch that on. Let's look for something for there. Oh, what about some cheesecloth? Yes, I'm going to put some cheesecloth in the centre, because you can just, you know, put it down and then you can put something on top of it. Yeah, or just leave it, you know, let it and also I like to scrunch it up like that, so it's a nice effect. Just cut that little bit off there like that, and then what I can do is then add something like that over the top. Or let me look for something pink. I don't know, I'll cut a tiny piece off, see how I feel about it. I don't know, I like that. Okay, that will go on as well. So I'll just glue that, but I will stitch it. Love it. Love the layering of that one. Want something else here though, so I will put something else there as well. Just not fabric. Right, let's have a look at this one. Got some of this. This is hand dyed, natural dyed cheesecloth or muslin. Yes, I like that, but I think I probably like it better there. So that's going on there, maybe down here. Yep, that's definitely going on there. Okay, good. Yes, I like that because I like the fact that it echoes that. So I'm going to put that on, but I'll have something else on, I think, as well. Just chop that off. I like a bit hanging over, but yep, good. I want something else there, but let me see if there's anything to go underneath. Oh, I like that little bit. And that. I mean, it's teeny tiny, but you know, sometimes it's good to have like a little cluster like that. So I think that's going to stay on there like that. And then what should we do with the last one? This one. Let me cut a little piece off, see if this works. Just a little piece, sort of, yeah, that does work. I'm going to put that on there, or maybe I should put it across. No, I'm going to put it down. Yes, I like that. Okay, after all that. Right, so we've got our fabrics on, and what I'll do now is I will stitch. So needle, I need a needle. Right, let's get cracking. I could use something a bit darker, but oh, I like this. I'm going to do some big, well, not that big, but you know, some crosses, because I like doing my crosses on these. I love stitching paper fabric together. It's one of my favourite things to do. And it's so simple, but it works. You have something interesting. So I'm going to, you can't really see much of that actually. So what I might do is just keep going down. And go down the page. So that your eye leads back into the, if I keep going. You'll notice it as your eye moves up the page. Do one more. I'm not trying, I don't want to rush these, to be honest, but I am conscious of the time, and I love that, already love it, and I could do more to it, but I'll just end off here a minute. Love it, love, and I love the back as well. Okay, so that's the first one. This one. No, let me do the others. I think oh, actually I might go around this one. Yeah. So I'll do, I've done that one, I'll do this one. just casting on type of thing, you know what I mean? I'm just securing the thread. All right. Again, I'm doing a couple of crosses. Thinking about putting a button on this one as well. Or something. Let's carry on. I'm just wondering, I'm not worried about where I'm going, just wondering. That ripped, but I don't, again, I'm not worried about that either. Sometimes it's quite nice to see a rip in them. Let's go down here where the green is. The green tissue, you probably see the stitches a little bit better. Yeah, that's nice. Nice, I like this. Lovely colour. It's like a taupe, but I like it on the green. I would like to do maybe some gold on here. Or white, maybe even white. One more. And I'm going to do a cross, because why not? And if I've already said that once, I apologise. Okay, just going to go up here. There. Okay, so that's the second one done. Third one. Let me see what I've got here. I've got some green. I feel that it needs to be something bright. Yeah, I'm going to use this. There's 2 strands here, and I can probably come around. In fact, I'm going to start here. Oh, I thought I put a knot in it. Stomach's rumbling, it's lunchtime. It's beyond lunchtime, I think. I did not sleep well last night at all. Had a terrible night. Still wide awake at 4 AM. And then I had to get up early. I put my alarm on. I never use my alarm, or rarely. And it went off, and then I went back to sleep. And so I managed to jump. Weirdly, I had to be somewhere for 8 o'clock, and yeah, I woke up, realised that I only had 10 minutes, and then managed to just run out of the house, get dressed, run out of the house, because I was coming straight back home. I just needed to pick Missy up. Yeah, I just got to the end of the village and there was an accident. Somebody's car had turned over, so it was quite a serious one. So that held me up as well. So yeah, poor Missy was waiting for me. She was fine, she was fast asleep. Right, I'm going off at a bit of an angle, but I don't mind. As I said, I'm just wandering. It just makes it more interesting. Somebody might say, well, what was the purpose of that? And I might say, well, there is no purpose. But it's a bit like going for a walk with thread and paper and fabrics, cloth. I really like this colour. So, you know, you just... very simple repetitiveness, but it's very satisfying. If you haven't stitched paper before, I recommend it. It's so much fun. I love doing it. It's, like I said, it's one of my favourite things to do with slow stitch sewing paper. I just love it, and I'm going to just have a little, that's what I'm going to have, although I'd have liked something down here. Maybe I need to go back up. No, I don't feel I should. I'm going to leave it. So maybe I could do a couple of crosses. Yep, I'm going to do a couple of crosses. You know, I've just jumped over. Oops, sorry, couldn't see. I've jumped over the back, look. I don't like to do that. I've done that twice recently. Just do crosses. Fills in a bit of a gap, makes it more interesting. The other thing I could have done was put, as I said, put some buttons on, and I could still do that, so I could put them there, but I'm going to leave that like that. So this is what we're doing today. Ooh. No, I don't want to do that. Just go in there and then pull it like that. There we go. That will do. I can glue that down actually, so it doesn't come out. I'll just put some glue over the top, that will work. There we go. So that's another one done. So we've got 3 done, and we'll do this final one, and we'll use the same thread. And I think I'm just going to go around. Well, I'm going to start on this bit. I've done it again. I forgot to put the knot in it. Wow, it's really warming up. I'm going to I'm just going to go around, you know, border, give it a border, but it might be a messy border. I'm not promising anything. In fact, it's already a messy border, but that's okay. Like I say, it's just makes it more interesting, you know. And you could use different colours, so I could do a border and then I could go around with a different colour. I could take them to my sewing machine, stitch them on there. In fact, I might have done that I might do that with something else, because I've still got all the others to do. Obviously I'm not going to do them on the screen now, on video, on screen. Anybody would think that I'm making a film. I suppose I am of sorts. It's nice feeling the different, you know, resistance of the different papers. So I will just use up this thread by going round. In fact, I could do this. Going to do a back stitch there because I want to see the green on there. There we are. Keep going. I don't think I'm going to get all the way around, but you never know. Just thinking what I'm going to have for lunch. I might make myself a baked potato, a jacket potato. I don't usually bother cooking anything for lunch, but I'm feeling like I want something. I am going to be able to do this. That's cool. Very good. Sorry, don't know if I was out of frame then. I apologise if I was. I'm going to come up here rather than just so I catch the thread. I mean the cloth. So this is natural dyed cloth. I believe it is avocado dyed cloth. Right, here we go. Well done, me. Okay, right, now let's look at them, because what I want to do is just see how much of the paint that we can see. We painted them first. So you can see some of the lovely blue paint there. Oh, actually, no, that's blue tissue paper over green. So you can see the original green there. That's all there is left, apart from a tiny bit around the edges. That's okay. This one, you've got the same green there. So you've got a little bit more to see. Well, I don't know, I might just bunch that up a little bit. Just to not having it flapping. Anyway, I'll do that in a minute. So we've got that, and then you've got this lovely pink here, which I love, and then here, love that. And then this one, we've just got a tiny bit of grey coming through here. So not a lot on this side. I don't regret that. I don't like that so much. I don't think. Yeah, not keen on it at all, if I'm honest, but it is there anyway. Not going to, I could cover it up if I wanted to. I mean, the other thing you can do is put something like that on them. You know, do anything you want. I'm happy to have done the slow stitching, so you can see the border going all the way around. You can see the little snail's trail and the two little crosses. And here, just did I not do this one? Yes, I did. Oh yeah, I can see it. So yeah, I did a little cross. I did then a little bit of another snail trail, and then ended with a cross. I am going to cut a bit of that off, you know. I'm not keen on it hanging like that. But I know I'm going to rip it now because it's there. That's better. And then this one, I just thought, I do feel like I do more, but I quite like it as it is. So there we go. So that's it for today. That's a long time just to do these, but you know, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're inspired to do so. I mean, don't forget, we painted the backgrounds, we've collaged, and we have stitched. So, you know, we've done all right. So thank you very much, and I will be back very soon with another video. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.